Hello everyone, and welcome to your second royal reading here at MadWorldTarot. It's December, a new month. I'm a bit behind with readings. I've been away for a few days recovering from a terrible ordeal, work-related ordeal over the past few months. But anyway, I've emerged more or less. And looking at this thing that Samantha Markle said to Dan Witten recently in an interview, that she and her dad, I don't know how she exactly worded it, but the idea was basically that they were beginning to believe that there are no kids. So we're looking at the are no kids hypothesis today. And I've looked at what might happen between the royals and the Parkles if there really are no kids, or if there are kids, but the kids are not with Harry and Meghan. They've been living away from Harry and Meghan. I'm now going to look at Harry and Meghan themselves. I'm going to see whose clever idea might it have been. This is all hypothetical, of course. We'll get to the disclaimer in a bit. Whose clever idea was this? We're going to ask how they feel about it now, how Harry feels, how Meghan feels about the situation that they are in right now. What might they do, Harry, Meghan? Blame each other, run away, tell the truth? What might be going on? That card was our underlying energy of the previous reading. Just saying, it's decided we need to see it again. That for me was Harry putting this behind him and doing a bit of a disappearing act, my opinion. And then we're going to ask how the public will view Harry and how the public will view Meghan. If this situation turns out to be true at some level and the public finds out, which looks like it could be coming down the track, some truth about the children looks like it's about to be revealed. Lady C was saying that today. Not necessarily the whole truth, unfortunately. We may never know the whole truth about these children, but we might find something out, and it'll be interesting to see how that goes and how the public react if the truth does, or some truth does finally leak out. So that's what we're talking about today. Shuffling, talking. I think we're there energy wise. Let's remind you, we are, I need to turn that one around for some reason. We are in the world of tarot for fun and entertainment. It's all my opinion. It's all speculation. And I just read energy here. I test the energy of these weird stories, these weird bits of gossip, these weird bits of rumor. See what's going on. There is a disclaimer in the box below, and please read it and please do your own research and form your own opinions about what might be going on in this story and all the other stories. I need to scooch around because this is such a wide spread. And you're going to have to trust me that I haven't quickly leapt under the table. And that's the outcome card for them as a couple. Ooh. And ooh, that is the underlying energy. Oh dear. 3 of Blades, 3 of Swords, heartache, betrayal, pain. And this whole children's situation, it looks like it's very painful. It was painful in the previous reading. And it looks like it's very painful here. And of course it would be if for some reason it turned out that either they could not have children, lost them various ways, they could have lost them, or ultimately lost them later on when perhaps deals failed, that kind of thing. I'm choosing my words carefully. There are various scenarios. We know the scenarios. Let's just look at Harry and Meghan. So we've got heartache over here as the underlying energy. So bear that in mind. Situation we're dealing with the creator in reverse. That's the manifestor, the magician, and it's in reverse, creating the ultimate act of creation, children. And it's in reverse, that whatever or one of them at least was trying to make happen, to create, to manifest through the power of thought, the power of, or through even her willpower of doing stuff. And I'm saying her because, well, I just am. There it is. Didn't work. She is the manifester. Let's put it like that. She is the one, for me, in the relationship, for me, in my opinion, is the one who manifests things. I spoke about that in the previous reading, that allegedly she grew up in quite an interesting cult, I think is the word that one could use for them. Can't think off the top of my head what the name is, but NT did a thing on YouTube about it a few weeks ago or even months ago. It was very interesting. And so NT from Celebrity Days and Nights. Harry on this side, way back when, in the Wayback Machine. How did he feel? What was he up to? A Page of Cups, wants a child, wants a child, wants a child, loves the child. Just what he wants. I'm feeling quite emotional. It's not my energy, it's his energy, so I'm feeling very emotional. He thought, in my opinion, that this would solve everything for him. He'd get the same attention as the Wales kids got. He would have the same emotional completion as he feels that people do who have children of their own. It's quite a childlike energy, the Page, for him. Quite a childlike energy, quite an immature energy, perspective on what being a parent entails. I had to search for that word mentally. Megan, way back when, the manifestor, the creator in reverse. What was going on with her? Ace of Cups. It's also very powerful card. So there was emotion here. I can't deny that. It always surprises me when I see emotion with her this strong. And the Ace of Cups is a pregnancy card, is a desired for thing. Interesting that in her relationship with Trevor, it doesn't seem to have been that. She didn't seem to be that interested in having children. Had some weird contract that he had to sign when they got married about how she had to keep her figure and whatever. But this she wanted. She really wanted this. And I'm not getting nefarious cards for either of them. Interestingly, what is interesting in that context is the Creator card in reverse. That whatever was meant to happen at some level didn't happen. That's the situation we are dealing with. We don't know at what level particularly didn't happen, but at the time they were both equally into this idea of having children, let's just say. Very intent on making this happen. Now, where are they now? Where is Harry now with this whole notion of being a parent? We've got the King of Sticks. That's a very bold energy for somebody who is potentially in enormous amount of trouble with this situation. He still feels very powerful in relation to this notion of children. Now, we're dealing today with the idea, the theory, the hypothesis that there really aren't any children, but possibly there aren't any children with them. There could still be children just with someone else or someone's else, others, shall we say, better English. So he's still feeling very potent, very powerful about this notion of being a parent. So he's not thinking, oh no, what terrible thing have I done and this is all going wrong. He's still, I want to say, quite proud of himself, quite pleased with himself, because the King of Sticks is very, look at me, aren't I marvelous? I'm just the best thing that ever happened. And so he likes this idea of him as part of Familias. And, you know, his pearls of wisdom, telling everybody that they had to be first responders and all the utter tosh that he has spoken about parenting. But he kind of has bought into his own, I'm going to say the terrible word, narrative. It's acquiring the same horror for me as some other words that I'm reacting to badly at the moment. We won't bang on about the journey word today here. Megan, how does she view the situation now? Harry, very pleased with himself. Megan, not so pleased with herself. 5 of Coins, shut out. it's in reverse. I think extra shut out. Something has happened for her here. She's been shut out. She could have been shut out of access. She could also have been shut out of money. Because it's very much a money card. It's also an access card because it's being banished, being the doors slamming shut on you. And no, you can't visit, you can't see, you can't have, you can't keep, you don't get money for them. This is a big deal. And it's interesting how different their energy is here. Down here in the beginning, a similar energy with the Page of Cups and the Ace of Cups. She was the one, looks like, who was in charge of this thing because Ace is new and pregnancy and whatever. And he was, oh, this is wonderful. This is going to be, I won't do a Lady C imitation of Harry. But if you know her imitations, you can insert one here pretty much. How this thing has changed now for her with the Five of Coins in reverse, extra banishment, poverty, isolation. Let us look at who's going to do what now. Harry, as I say, looks pretty pleased with himself, pretty confident that he's got the upper hand here, and if he's got the royal family's lawyers behind him and whoever else, governments behind him, both countries probably, then of course he's in the prime position in this situation, and she really stands to lose everything, looks like, from what's going on here. What's he going to do? Is he going to complain? Is he going to say, oh, how interesting, this is exactly the same card that I got in the previous reading when I asked about that, and same energy, it's flipped over, it's in reverse. It looks like it's coming. It looks like it's when he makes it home, if he can make it home. He's been trying very hard, and everybody's been talking about it. All the commentators on YouTube, even the press, they've all been discussing the past few months and how the dynamic has shifted from this bring Harry back in from the cold to this, well, the last trial balloon was the Sophie and Edward thing, which went clunk. And oh well, it's looking pretty bad. He's probably banished for life. Might not have landed for him yet. But that Six of Blades is the overseas card. It's the coming back from overseas, particularly when it's in reverse, coming home from being away, not able. You can't put your past behind you and just walk away from it and your troubles and all of that. You stay with them. So I think he would like to come home. I say come home. I'm the opposite end of the earth from where his home actually is. He would like to go home, but he's got to make a clean breast of things if he does. And it's like delayed energy, not quite ready to do it, showing up for me here. But even if he does it, will they let him home? Her, what's she going to do about this? Is she writing her memoirs? She's in dreamland. Seven of Cups. She hasn't adjusted to the fact that this mess might really be about to be revealed. And I would say by him, it's pretty scary energy, the Seven of Cups, because it's pretend energy. Let's pretend, let's play make-believe, let's imagine none of this happened. And it's all still going fantastically well, and I can just make a new vision board, and I can maybe take a lot of substances and imagine things and try my best to manifest them, pretend a lot, daydream, imagine, as I said. That's not reality. That's not grounded in reality. That's not facing the facts, the truth of what is going on. So, how would the public view them? How would the public view Harry? And again, I have to scooch. Far, far away. Ooh, and we have got the Eight of Sticks in reverse. Oh dear. It would be bad for him. No doubt about that. With the Eight of Sticks, Wands in reverse, it would block progress. So it would block, we've already seen it with the Six of Blades in reverse, that card. was telling me that it might be difficult for him to make his way home as a result of this confession he seemingly would have to make. Surprised I didn't get the Seven of Swords there, quite honestly. It has that feeling about the Seven of Swords, feeling of Seven of Swords in it, that 6. Losing my voice, which is the Eight of Wands in reverse, the Eight of Sticks in reverse. Blocked progress. You were trying to reimagine yourself as Mr. Important, Mr. Humanitarian, Mr. Influencer, mixing with the Clintons and the whoever's dream on. Stopped. Also, some quite negative press might come his way. Well, would come his way, not might. Would come his way as a result of this. It's messaging, the Eight of Wands. It's back and forthing about something, and it would be piling on him. And he wouldn't like it because he wouldn't have any comeback. And whatever he might say to try and defend himself, it was all Meg's fault, she made me do it. Although there really seemed to be an agreement here. And nobody would listen, nobody would care. He wouldn't be able to get that story out. Herself, public. 2 of Sticks in reverse. It's not so bad. I think people have already made up their minds about her, and it's just like, oh well, you know, of course. What can you say? So 2 of Sticks is plans, and that's the plan for global domination. She was going to be president. She was going to be leader of the United Nations. She was going to be queen. She was going to be, what else was she going to be? I've lost track. Then, of course, we've got the silly thing that she's doing now, Arrow. Plans coming to nothing as a result. Plans, joint ventures, collaborations with people would come unstuck. But certainly her plans for global domination would immediately grind to a halt. As far as the public are concerned, they would just say, oh, no, you don't. No, you don't. So it wouldn't bode well for her, but much worse for Harry. That Ace of Sticks for me is real blocking energy, and whatever he was hoping to achieve or is hoping to achieve in his life, he seems to be very much exploiting, my personal opinion, into Bali at the moment. That didn't bode well for them. When I read on them a while back, and the charities that he's sort of exploiting, again, my opinion, outcome for them as a couple of this. We already got the 3 of Blades on the tarot table as our underlying energy, which is tragedy, heartbreak, betrayal. Outcome for them. If this truth ever emerges, we've got the 6 of Cups in reverse. That's a split. Upright 6 of Cups is a reunion, a reconciliation. Remember how we loved each other and we were such good friends, and you were my first true love, and you know, not my first true love, my first love, and we've met again, and now all is wonderful. It's in reverse. It's, oh dear, the unity, the harmony between us that we thought was there, we pretended was there with all these children, gone. So it would spell the end of them. Is hardly surprising, but it's just the way these cards are describing that ending tells me that this fantasy, because we've got fantasy here with the 7 of Cups, this fantasy of the family and the children that we've got going on down here, which they failed to manifest for some reason, we don't quite know why, that they failed to manifest. There is the hollow remains of that fantasy, the 6 of Cups in reverse. They didn't have those happy times together. They didn't have the children playing, that innocence, that it's very innocent energy, the 6 of Cups, and it's in reverse. There's nothing there. They didn't create those happy memories, family, Christmases, holidays, Thanksgiving, 4th of July, all of that stuff that they tried to pretend to us was really going on. Birthdays, making a cake for birthday, can't go to coronation, buying milkshake for the littling, can't go to Invictus Games in Germany. All hollow, empty, rubbish. No family albums, no memories, no things that they can treasure about their past, which is really actually very sad, which I think is why we have the Three of Blades on the table today as well. That's it from me. Thanks for watching, and I hope to see you again tomorrow.